In today's episode, we're going to talk about making an educated decision when it comes to real estate.
Let's do it.
What's up, everybody? We are here. My name is Turner. This is Travis over here.
Hey.
We're going to be talking about making an educated decision, how to do it, what steps to take. So let's go ahead and just dive right into it. But before, actually, I want to ask you one favor. Could you do one big favor and hit that subscribe button down at the bottom of your screen, like or share this? Your feedback is our oxygen and our way of growing to get the information out to you guys, because we want to make sure we give all the information out there to you to make an educated decision when it comes to real estate, because that's really our tagline. And if you're a realtor out there, I hope you learn some stuff with that, some stuff we're giving out here, and we that's what we're all about. We're just servicing all our viewers and listeners. So yeah. So what is the first step to making that educated decision?
Asking the right questions. So a lot of people, when they go and look at a home, they don't know what to ask, and that's completely natural, especially if you're a first-time home buyer. But in today's day and age and in the world we live in, there's a lot of flips going on. So in Texas, we have a lot of older homes. We have a ton of new construction going, but we have a lot of older homes, and a lot of people will go in and flip those houses, and they do just all the cosmetics, and I call that lipstick on a pig.
Oh, so they hide all the flaws.
They kind of hide all the flaws.
So behind the walls and foundation.
Yeah, and the house looks really good, but let's say you go into a home that's in Dallas, it was built in 1960, and you walk in and it has a wow factor. Well, me as a realtor, I honestly don't really care what the house looks like cosmetically, because I'm not going to be living there. I just want my client to love it. But when I'm walking around a house with my client, I'm not looking at the new backsplash, the new floors, the new quartz, and all that.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the windows, the roof, the HVAC, the hot water heater, and the foundation. Yeah. Those are the 5 big ticket items that you want to look at when buying a home, because if the house looks really good cosmetically, but then you buy your house, I want to look at the things that are going to cost or save my clients money than the first year buying that home.
It's financially smart.
It's financially smart, and the house is sound. Nobody wants to walk into a home or buy a home and within a year have to spend anywhere from $10,000 to $50,000 in brand new windows. I know that seems like a really wide gap, but it depends on how big the home is and how many windows it has. But in your standard home, if you had to replace all your windows, you're easily looking at $8,000. Easily.
Yeah. Easy?
Yeah.
Man, that's incredible.
So
that could be from like the house separating from the windows and like
separating, but more just age. So if you have a 1960s home, it's going to have single paned metal, single pane glass, but a metal frame.
Yeah, okay. So it's not efficient, too, with like...
It's not efficient.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's going to cost you a lot more money to heat and cool that house. You're going to get a lot more sound from the road and from the wind. So windows are a big ticket item. I would rather buy a house that whoever flipped the home, they put the money into brand new windows, and maybe I have to put new countertops in.
Okay.
Because it's going to cost you typically way less to do some cosmetic updates rather than having to replace all the windows in your home. Same thing with your HVAC systems. A lot of investors will go in and flip a house, or maybe not even investors, but a homeowner that's selling their property. They've got a lot of equity into it. They want to make it attractive to a buyer and make it look nice cosmetically, but the HVAC is super old. So you buy that house, cosmetically it looks great. All of a sudden your HVAC goes out in the middle of July. Not good.
Yeah, no, everybody be pissed at you, especially your significant other. That's for sure. Yeah. Especially in Texas, dude. Woo. Another one would be, what could we jump into? I mean, there's lots of things like structurally that you can do, and the mechanicals and stuff like that, as we covered on the last episode. But that would be, the next thing would be like making the right decision with your lender, right?
Yeah.
When it comes to not going beyond your means, so you're able to not having to go from paycheck to paycheck to be house poor, quote unquote, and you don't have a way to have that piggy bank savings, that cushion for when something happens in life, or like say you get a flat tire and you have to buy, you don't have the warranty on it, you have to buy a whole new tire,
or furniture
when you buy a new home, and you spend up to $10,000 really quickly on furniture that you have to wait 8 months for still. I mean, how long did you wait for your couch?
Oh God.
I mean, I know it was in the height of like everything when it was happening.
It took like 11 months, and we just bought a table, and we're still having to wait. I mean, it's taking months to get here.
Yeah. Sorry, that's off topic, but it's funny because it sucks.
But he's right. Making a financially educated decision in buying a home, that just comes with having an early conversation with your lender to figure out your finances. How much money does it require to buy a specific home? How much money do you need down? How much money do you need to allocate to the side for furniture, for this,
and
for
also
that?
Could go. We said this in other podcasts as well. Is like, how much debt do you have before acquiring a new loan? You could be paying up to 20% on your credit card bills when you could knock a lot of that off and then take all those payments you put into those cards because you paid them off, and you could obviously pay a lot less. Even if you still get a 6% mortgage. You're still going to be paying less in interest than you are on that credit card that you went on a shopping spree about.
Yeah, one of the scenarios I like to use, and I had to use this with my best friend, and he wouldn't care that I'm talking about it, but he was very hardcore about putting 20% down on his house. And mainly people want to put 20% down for one reason, and that's to eliminate what's called PMI. It's private mortgage insurance. If you don't put 20% down, you pay an additional fee monthly for private mortgage insurance PMI.
Until you get to 20%
Until
equity.
You get to 20%
then it falls off naturally.
Correct. But he was so hardcore about wanting to put 20% down to save. It was about $219 a month. But my big thing is I look at the entire scenario.
Yeah, the whole picture.
So I asked him, I said, why don't you put, so his 20% down was going to be around $20,000. I said, why don't you only put 10% down, $10,000, but we take this other $10,000 and we eliminated two things. He paid off one of his car notes, and they paid off a credit card. The car note alone was $350 a month, and then his credit card payment was just under, I think, $150 a month. So that was $500 a month that they eliminated by using the same $10,000 they were going to put down on a home to eliminate a $220, $219 a month PMI payment. Right. So ultimately, using that same $10,000 that they were using, now they're actually saving over $300 because they eliminated over $500 in monthly payments in other areas of their life.
I'm going to shine some light on this. So,
hope that makes sense.
Yeah, shine some light on this because that right there is 100% one of the best ways to make an education decision in real estate. It's find a good realtor. Now, not all realtors like Travis here are going to understand the numbers game like that. We both had to learn that, but a person that's going to help you find the right person is going to be a lender that's going to help you with that roadmap to figure out that situation. Or with life experience or being in an industry, we would know that. We'll ask them those questions, but there are realtors out there that don't know that, and that's okay because we didn't know that either when we started.
And that's why we're here. We're talking to realtors as well.
Yeah, so this is for you out there too. So realtors learn from what he just said. So dig into your client's information or their whole picture, and if they don't want to discuss that with you, that's fine. There's people out there, lenders, that can do that legally.
Yeah. So it's a lot of different ways to make that educated decision, but the big thing is knowing the questions to ask. And if you don't know the questions to ask, that is perfectly fine. That's why you work with a good team that's going to help you get that home. And that team is your realtor, it's your lender, it's your financial advisor. It's allow people into your life to help you make that educated decision. I feel like a lot of times when it comes to buying a home, people don't want to open their finances or their situations with people because it's being vulnerable.
Yeah.
But if you're working with good people in your life that actually care about you, which we do, I truly care about our clients. I know Turner does as well.
Yep.
Anybody that comes under our team, they have to have that same value. But anybody that truly cares about your financial situation and your home buying process, we want to be able to give you the answers and the guidance that you need to make that educated decision.
Yeah. So there could be, different ways. Everybody's going to be approved for loans too. So if you're W-2, right, it's going to be a little bit easier for those that are in a 1099, like what we are, 1099s, right? We talked about this in a past podcast, but I think we should shine some light on it as well. So that's going to be the next step of your educated decision on purchasing your home. Get with your mortgage broker, your lender, and figure out what things you need to do to make sure that you are living within your means. You're buying a price tag home with that you can have, and you can have a safety net or a cushion for, events that happen in your life that you don't know are coming. And
don't just try to keep up with the Joneses.
Yeah, right. But it's very important for you to have those vulnerable discussions. It's very important. A lot of us don't like to do that. But as I've been in the industry, it's extremely important for the future of your financial health. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree.
So what would be another? I know, because that's almost pretty much the most important things.
I mean, making an educated decision is really just asking the right questions.
Yeah.
And if you don't know, well, then ask that question of, hey, what am I missing here? What should I be looking at? What should I be considering? And those are things you should ask your realtor. As if you have no clue what you're doing, perfect. Yeah. That's why we get paid to do what we do. Is we know those questions to ask. We know the red flags that come up. And that's all part of making an educated decision. It's not just, this house is amazing. You got to break it down, one, to make sure it's affordable. It's a great house inside and out. Or if it's not, I have a lot of buyers that they want to buy the home that's not structurally sound or cosmetically beautiful, because that's one way you gain equity is by updating it yourself. Yeah. But when it comes to that, any of my smart buyers that are okay with doing updates, they also know that it has to have good bones. Structurally, it has to be great. And there's still things you want to look at. You don't want to just buy a house just because it's a house and it's available, unless you're a very experienced buyer and you know exactly what you're looking for.
Yeah, and I'll say this too, and those are all the key points that we just went over. But another one that a lot of realtors out there use as a joke, because it's true, we've all experienced it. After you get a loan approved, don't go out and buy a freaking boat or a car.
Those darn boats.
You know what I mean? Don't go out and buy big purchases or furniture, even that too, before you close, okay? So that's just a little...
I call those the Grim Reapers.
The Grim Reapers.
A lot of people don't know, but it will kill a deal. Yeah. I've luckily only had one in 11 years that absolutely killed the deal. We got to almost the finish line, and they went out. No joke. This is a stereotype and thing the realtors do say, like Turner said, is they bought a boat, and they bought it. They bought it with credit, and unfortunately, it caused them to go over what's called their DTI, your debt to income ratio, and they could not buy their home.
Close, so we got screwed on that.
Yep.
So those are the main things you need to know when making an educated decision.
And by the way, we told them not to go buy anything.
Oh, well, yeah, of course.
And they still did it.
Yeah. That it happens. Grim Reapers.
The Grim Reapers.
If you have questions on what questions to ask, feel free to ask us. That's why we're here. We're not here to take clients away from others. We're just here to deliver to you and also serve you. So if you have questions, direct message us. If you don't want them to be in the comment box, that is just fine. There are so many ways for us to get in contact with us. And when you're thinking about real estate, think about real estate leadership. We'll see you next time.
Have a great day.